Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of A Spool of Blue Thread by Annie Tyler. This is a poignant story of four generations of the Whitshank family who are living in Baltimore. The members of the family love and care for each other, but they are also harbors jealousies, rivalries, and carry secrets. Red Whitshank runs a family business which is Whitshank Construction. His wife Abby is a social worker and they are parents of four children. Their third child, Denny, is a frequent source of worry for them. Over the years, he is in and out of trouble, holds various jobs, and is in numerous unsuccessful relationships. His visits and phone calls are sporadic. There are two stories in the Whitshank family that are often repeated. The first is the story of Junior Whitshank, that is Red's father, and the founder of Whitshank Construction. He built a family home for the Brill family and he fell in love with that house. In his mind, it was his house and he paid close attention to every detail. An opportunity arose for Junior to buy the house back from the Brills and he took it. He moved his wife, Linnie Ma Inman Whitshank, and their two children, Red and Merrick, into the house. After Junior and Lenny died in an accident, Red inherited the house, and that is where he and his family now live. The other often repeated story is about Red's sister, Merrick. According to Red, Merrick stole her best friend's fiancé from her. In 2012, Abby begins to experience mental blackouts. Abby has always been a little strange. She is known for inviting people less fortunate than the Whitshacks to have dinner with them. It is difficult to tell if these episodes are part of her eccentricities or a medical issue. When Red has a heart attack that same year, the family starts to worry. He recovers quickly and goes back to work, but he is different. He gets tired easily and starts letting things go around the house. Red and Abby's children try to talk their parents into moving to a retirement community. Red and Abby refuse. Abby has another episode. The youngest son, Sem, and his wife Nora move their family into the house to help out. When Denny learns of this, he insists on moving in to help care for Abby and Red too because Tim is not even a real Whitshank. He is the son of one of Red's employees who died. His mother's identity is unknown to Stem. There has always been a great deal of jealousy and tension between Stem and Denny because of their different relationships with their parents, Red and Abby. When Denny arrives, a family dinner is held. Denny, Abby, and Nora are at odds as to who is responsible for fixing the evening meal. As they eat, they talk, bicker, and reminisce as any family would. Denny mentions that he finished college and got his degree, something that surprises everyone. Tension develops as everyone gets on each other's nerves. Abby decides to go for a walk with the dog without telling anyone. Her dog dashes across the street and Abby chases after her. They are both hit and killed by an oncoming car. While searching for Abby's funeral instructions, Stem finds an agreement that Abby signed. In this document, Abby agrees to take care of Stem as if he were her own child and to not reveal the name of his mother unless she steps forward and is ready to take on the responsibility of being a parent. The mother also agrees not to reveal her identity. The paper is signed by Abby and Barbara Jane Autry. Stem is stunned by this because B.J. Autry is one of Abby's orphans who used to come for family dinners. Stem's biological mother had been there in front of him all along without his knowledge. The family struggles to make it through Abby's funeral service. Red insists on wearing a bright blue dashiki, a brightly colored tunic, to the funeral instead of a suit. Abby made him the dashiki to wear for their wedding. The dashiki needs to be mended, so Denny repairs it. There is sadness, drama, awkward humor, and reminiscing as the family copes with Abby's death. Stem tells Denny that he found out B.J. Autry was his real mother. Stem is upset that he never got to know her and that she did not want him. Now that he knows who she was, He is disappointed. Denny tells him his story is just like the others in the Witchang family. Everyone wants what someone else has, but then they are disappointed when they get it. Before she married Red, Abby dated Dane Quinn, one of Red's friends. Once in 1959, she went with him to the Witchang house where Dane was going to help cut down a tree. Abby helped Red's mother Lenny in the kitchen while the men worked on the tree. Lenny told Abby she was only 13 years old and Junior was 26 years old when they first met. Her father caught the two of them together and ran Junior out of the county. Lenny made Abby promise not to tell anyone the story. During lunch, Junior found fault with Red. Abby felt sorry for Red. Later, Abby saw Red in the yard and thought he must be upset because of the way Junior spoke to him. Then she realized he was not upset at all. He was focusing his attention on counting the rings in the tree they cut down to determine its age. That was when Abby first fell in love with Red. While working on the house he built for the Brill family, Junior talked Mrs. Brill out of anything he did not like. He built the house as if it is his own. After the Brills moved in, he became their handyman. One day, Mrs. Brill found a workman's bag in the house and she imagined that it belonged to a burglar. She wanted to move out of the house immediately because she did not feel safe. This was the opening Junior waited to make the house his own. Junior wanted to do a few things to the house before he moved his family into it. He replaced the wrought iron porch swing the Brills used with a varnished wood one. Lenny wanted the swing painted blue. This suggestion angered and upset Junior, and he refused to request. Lenny went behind Junior's back and told one of the workers to paint the swing blue. When Junior found out, he was furious. This made him think of other times Lenny angered him. Lenny never told Junior she was only 13 when he first met her. When Lenny turned 18, she followed him to Baltimore. He was trying to start his own business there and had emotionally moved on. He tried to encourage Lenny to leave, but she refused. Lenny ended up getting him evicted from his room, but she also found them another place to lease. With Lenny's help, Junior eventually became more successful and they were able to move to a house of their own and start a family. Junior remembered this when he saw the porch swinging painted blue. Junior was angry. He had the blue paint stripped off the porch swing and then revarnished it. He did not tell Lenny. That night she told him that she took some things over to the new house that day. She did not mention the swing and neither did he, but he panicked about it. Later that night he asked Lenny to forgive him. When they arrived at the former Brill house the next day, Junior was horrified to see a wide swath of blue paint flung across the flagstone walkway leading up to the house. At that point, Junior recognized that Lenny was in charge and she had reshaped his life to make it the way she wanted it to be. He realized that he ought to be grateful to her for making his life better. The family prepares to move Red out of the house into an apartment he has rented for himself. Denny announces he is leaving early and will not be there to help get Red moved. This causes hard feelings. Nora drives him to the train station. On the way, Denny tells Nora how when he had mended Red's shirt for the funeral, a spool of blue thread, the exact color he needed, came rolling out at him when he opened the cupboard. He felt it was a sign from Abby saying that she forgave him for doubting her love for him, or perhaps that she knew he forgave her for not paying enough attention to him when he was young. While on the train, Denny talks to Allison, who owns the house where his belongings are being stored. Denny was previously in relationship with her. He is hoping for another chance. He promises he will do things differently this time. She gives him a chance. Denny notices that the teenage boy seated next to him is crying. The boy reminds him of himself when he was a child, as he often cried a lot. He is not sure what to do. He considers offering him comfort of some kind, but in the end decides it is best to act as if he has not noticed his tears, and here ends the story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, And if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.